All right. That's it.
So it should be like...
So where do we see their questions pop up?
We'll see them pop up like right here.
You want to make that big?
Yeah. So this should just kick through. There we go. Is that big enough for you?
Yeah.
All right. Producers in the house. Let us know. Bing, 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 bing. You can see Enzo's bitch ass in a second here. Oh. You're not a Padres fan, are you?
I don't pay attention much to sports.
No,
I know we're doing all right, right?
We're killing it, but everybody in the NL West keeps winning too. Dodgers keep winning.
Okay. And, I hear whispers about the Padres to the tasting room, but that's about all of my knowledge.
Yeah.
But cool. I like Becco Park.
Have you been down there
many times? Not this year, no. But it's a great, world class.
Oh yeah, it's like a strip mall now. There's like restaurants and
everywhere.
Seaside Market and. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. CH, Mike from Culver. There we go. Your mom goes to college. What's up, Tyler Kipping? Is that big enough for you? Can you read that?
Yep.
Can you read that? What up? How's our audio? Hopeful Brewing was getting worried. No, we're still alive. We took a couple weeks off, and it's tough to not look at this stuff.
No, let's make the one on the right full screen if we can. Because that's that's live.
All right.
If that's all right.
Let's go to something like this.
It's weird that one's delayed. I'll watch the one on the right.
That's as good as we get. Can you read that?
Yeah.
You can still read that?
Sure.
What's going on, everybody? CH, Mike from Culver. How's everyone doing? Mike is my friend. He owns Culver Brewery. He's the head brewer. He runs the Miracosta Night Class. We made a bunch of Homebrew for Life videos. We missed him on Sunday.
I know.
It was a dick off video.
I saw everybody on Instagram. I was like, oh, I knew I forgot something.
It was a dick off video, but...
Like all the friends over. It looked fun.
Yeah, it was like enough people before like I blow a fuse because like someone's going to trip over the cord or just like... touch some pizza sauce or some shit and then grab a camera. It's just like, dude, that costs money. Like, what do you do?
But they're eating corn dogs and drinking beers.
Yeah, it was good hanging out. All right. Who bought a t-shirt?
Oh, really? Nice.
Anonymous, Premium G. Thanks for the love, man. We took a couple weeks off. Everything's good. I heard a rumor that I died. I did not die. If you're looking at me right now, we're both still alive.
He was at Culver. He was hanging out with us.
I was at Culver today. I was at Booze Brothers today. We got a couple tropics here too. I don't know if that's your jam.
Do it. Oh, yes.
Shout out to the super chatters from like 3 weeks ago. I know we haven't done this in a while. Just want to say what's up. Thanks for everybody who watched the new Homebrew for Life video. I missed all you guys. Elementary Brew Co. Shout out to you. He's got a killer new video out. He bought a new camera. Canon 50. Kind of competes with my Sony A7 II. Shout out to Elementary Brew Co. Noel Surfing, what's up, man? Watching from the garage. Just dosed up off the Spider. It's hot in PA. Cheers from San Diego. What's up, Joseph Eid? What's up, man? We're a little bit further away. My eyes are kind of jacked. Short-circuited Brewers. What's up, man? Brian, I got your glass right here.
I was gonna say you got a glass to show off, right?
I got a glass to show off, and I got the link in the bio. This is Brian from Short Circuited. He sent me this glass, and I wanted to do him a favor and put the link to his merch store. It's in the link in the bio. There's a discount code. If you do HB4L, you get 10% off, I believe. Shout out to Brian from Short Circuited. He's the godfather of, one of the brew tubers. Do you watch Short Circuited? Do you watch any homebrewing channels on YouTube?
Just yours.
You don't even watch mine, man. Shout out to Brian. And I'm glad everyone's here. We got 26 people here. Let us know in the comment section what you guys are drinking tonight, where you are in the world. If you're new, shame on you. We've been doing this for like a year now, man. Smash that like button. Come on down. What up, Dan Diego? Thanks for buying a Homebrew for Life t-shirt. I got you in the newest Homebrew for Life video. You look good. You look way better than me. Where's the Fupa glass?
Yeah.
I've got Brian's short-circuited Fupa glass as well. I'll get that. Let me get you a glass. He's drinking a Modelo right now. But yeah, like I said, this is Mike from Culver. I think we kind of started this. I
was one of the first live streams.
You were one of the first, maybe the first, if not the second. That was back in the USB mic days.
Right.
Lots been going on. The world's back to normal. Seems like everybody's hiring. Seems like everybody's killing it. Seems like everybody has a canning line. Everyone's got a good canning line.
No, yeah, coming out of the pandemic, like we're already in our busy months, which is summertime, and then all the pent up angst about getting out, and yeah, everyone's been busy, which is cool to see. People, it's up to them getting out and about. So
it seems like the industry's better than it was pre-COVID. Is that true or false?
Well, I think it was just coming out of this period of doom and gloom. Any sort of like
Anybody just wants to get out.
anybody wants to get out. Any money hitting the drawer is fantastic.
But I feel like
There's a lot more energy. Everyone's happy to be out. Yeah.
okay, but I've looked at 3 smaller microbreweries, and since we've came out of the pandemic, you have a canning line.
Right.
Battle Mage has a canning line.
Right.
How does that happen if everyone's struggling from COVID?
I'm sure it's on the back of everybody's mind. You know, they wanted to get into canning like we did, but the pandemic just kind of forced it. And there's some government money being handed out, so we directed a little bit towards that. And then, yeah, getting into cans. We've always wanted to. We have a cool branding, you know. It's fun seeing it on cans. So, yeah, you see quite a few people around town.
Short Circuit, shout out for the super chat. Thanks for the $10. Talking about canning lines, I know there's a lot of people in here that are homebrewers, but we all have the dream kind of opening up a brewery one day. I know I've been to Helia with you. Helia is another brewery, one of our friends. Shout out to Kelby. You look at their canning line, you're like, this is like the Ferrari of canning lines. I think to the naked eye, people just think like it's canning line. But like with anything else, like cars or power tools, there's better brands than others.
Well, they can definitely can a lot more beer a lot quicker.
Is that what it comes down to? It comes down to speed?
They can grow into that. I think we'll outgrow ours at one point. So they're just in it a little bit ahead, ahead of themselves, grow into their equipment.
So the name of the game is just get a bigger, faster one. It's not so much a brand. It's not so much like engineering. They all work.
Oh, I mean, you ask people, you go visit their lines, and every packaging line has its own quirks. So kind of getting that information, and if they can recommend it, this industry is always based about recommendations. So there's a lot of wild gooses in North San Diego County because everybody recommends it to each other. You can see 8 breweries within 10 miles of Culver have a Wild Goose 2-head filler.
Is Wild Goose the creme de la creme?
It's one of the more accessible ones and a good price point.
Is that what Helia has?
No, I don't know what they have. Booze Brothers has a Wild Goose.
I've seen Wild Goose. Wild Goose is pretty common.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have the market on like the microbrewery canning line?
They're one of the few producers.
Okay.
Yeah. They own SS Brewtech. It's kind of like a conglomerate of brewery equipment.
Okay. Whatever happened to bottling lines, man? Like at one time that was like the hottest thing ever because most breweries were
The Bombers. I miss the Bombers.
Yeah, like how breweries started out. I think we've talked about this, but like you start opening, a brewery, and then everybody remember the growler days where it was just like buy growler, and then it was bomber. Everybody had which is what 22 ounce.
Yeah.
22 ounce bombers, and you had one of those.
Never. No, we were gonna buy one, but that was like right when we entered in the industry. Bombers were on their way out.
Yeah. So everybody had that, and then all of a sudden that wasn't cool anymore.
Wasn't in fashion.
No, and it's a weird thing because what's the difference between...
They'll come back. Everybody who sold these bomber lines, they're going to be popular again in 5 years.
I fucking was thinking about that today. Buy one right now, and it's like buying a heater in summer or buying an AC unit in winter. Like if you buy that now, they're going to come back. History repeats.
Right. It'd be funny if they do.
Buy one right now. You get the best deal on it. But all these things were like...
Yeah, and a lot of breweries still bottle like Garage Brewing and Stone Brewery, and I always buy Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Garage Brewing right there? Okay. Artillery Channel, what up, brunch? Shout out to the... we're back, baby. Can you guys hear my audio? Can you guys hear my sound?
Back off, boy child, seriously.
Get over here!
But I think anybody who's buying a packaging line right now is going to buy a canning line. But
Say that again?
anybody who's interested in buying a packaging line is probably going to buy a canning line right now.
I think I'm with you, though. I think like history is going to repeat. I think like all the people that probably bought their bombers at the high and sold at the low are going to be buying them back in like 5 years.
We'll see. We
will see.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Okay, so what's the difference between 16 ounces and 12 ounce cans? Why does Helia, Helia and Black Plague have 12 ounce cans? Everybody else does the 16 ounce can.
Belching Beaver does 12 ounces.
Belching Beaver does both.
Yeah, they also do the 19.2s.
But like Phantom Bride's in a 16.
Yeah, you're right.
Phantom Bride's so they have 3 SKUs.
Because I just bought the blonde at Fraser Farm.
Yeah.
6-pack, 12 ouncer. I don't know. They just work it out in their numbers.
Hopeful Brewing. Cans are just lighter and shape better to store. I agree with that. I think the best way to store beer is a can.
Yeah, putting a heavy thing of glass on a pallet rack, that's so sketchy.
Not even that, but like if like Corona and everybody who uses just clear glass, it's like you just have the sun beating on it all day. It's like, the sun is a factor when it comes to preserving food. Beer is food.
And you drop a can, no big deal.
Not a big deal. You drop a glass, there's a serious liability.
You're stepping on glass.
Yeah. Canning from a fermenter. Artillery Brewing. Canning from a fermenter from a cold keg. I've never bottled. Do you have to use corn sugar? I don't think anybody cans from a fermenter.
You can can from a fermenter,
But everybody cans from kegs, right?
Oh, we're talking like homebrew style.
Good question. Elementary, man. Shout out for that $10 super chat, man. Thanks, Brunch. We'll do an NBC here in a little bit. We got 42 people watching, man. Cheers to you, Brunches. We got like the Batcave screen going on right now. Short circuited, cheaper, and less weight to move around. I think what Artillery was talking about was
carbonated with corn sugar.
Yeah, but I think he was talking about canning from commercial stuff.
Yeah, you can
do that.
They're just uni tanks. They have a carb stone in it, so you carbonate through the carb stone.
What's a uni tank? Just an all-in-one tank, does everything. Carb stone, pour ferment in it.
It can hold a lot of pressure, like a bright tank.
Yeah.
And you put a carb stone in it. All our tanks are uni tanks. We just need carb stones.
I had a question. I was talking to Ryan from Battle Mage the other day. He was telling me that all of his shout out to Battle Mage, Chris and Ryan. They're not listening, but shout out to them anyways. How come corny cakes can hold 130 psi, and most like
I didn't know they could.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. And most things that they sell homebrewers are only regulated up to like 30 or 40 psi.
I'm sure the stainless steel can handle a lot of psi, but maybe in the Sankey fittings at 55 psi, something blows. A gasket. The corny keg just push pressure up against it and it just compresses that.
I don't know.
That's mind blowing.
Rasmus.
Scared of kegs.
What?
Kegs are
They're fucking bombs.
Dude, they are.
They're bombs, man. Shout out to Rasmus. He's out there in Denmark, man. It's probably like 4 a.m. July 4th his time, man. I've seen Genus Carb in a can, I think. Oh, Artillery for homebrewers. I've never kegged beer. I do not know. Apologies. I've never canned my homebrew. I do not. Those things are like $1,000. Those little October things. I've talked about this. We had a bad run-in with one of their sales rep. They wanted to give us the canning line thing, and then his deal was that it was $1,000, and he was like, "Hey, if you guys like it, just throw us $500 back." And I was like, "I'm not buying shit. Like, you came to me. I don't can beer. I don't send beer. I don't have family on the East Coast or anything. Like, I'll just put it in a 32-ounce.
Put it in a keg and serve it out of your fridge. That's what you always do."
Yeah, and if I'm gonna send homebrew, which I don't think I ever have, I just put it in like a 32-ounce growler. What are those called? Crumplers?
32-ounce growler?
Yeah, the little crumpler. Yeah.
Is that what they are?
I think so.
I've never heard that word in my life.
There we go.
Yeah. And then they have the cannulars, which is a cheaper October.
Yeah. Henry Guevara, just found your channel last week. Been watching all your vids, man. Cheers to Henry, even though I don't have anything to cheers. Let's crack some beer, dude.
Yeah, go.
Do you want to do... Okay, we got Mike.
I'll split the cans with you if you give me a glass.
Yeah.
I'll
you do need a glass. No, I got you.
You got
Stay here. It's easier for me to move. It's easier to like pour it into a glass and put it up to the camera so people can see like the... Especially when it's homebrew.
No, for sure.
All right, Mike, I'm going to go to the store. I'll see you in like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I can answer any questions if you guys have any. I can see them on this middle screen right here.
Here, I gotta take a squeeze, but here's the other short-circuited Fupa glass.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
Fupa, yeah.
This is what they're... Okay.
Yeah, we coined that. Fupa the Lupa.
But yeah, I wouldn't recommend canning your homebrew. Just put it in a keg and serve it out of a kegerator. That's the best way you can do homebrew. I've never used Philly sour, but just kettle sour it like a normal kettle sour. Just cheaper and just use regular yeast. It's hard to tell TA Alvarado. We have 2 orientations, July 8th and July 15th. And then there's a couple different steps in admissions. So I would just recommend getting on the list and going to orientation. We're doing an online stream too, so that will answer a lot more questions. We only take like 15 students a semester.
Is that less than more than last time?
We take 15 to 18.
Here's you.
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, show that one off too.
We're doubling up. Short circuited right here, man. Look alive. Even though the microphone's behind me, it's just throwing you off. The 10-second delay.
On that one it is. That one I'm trying to pay attention to.
Right, man. What are we talking about? Mike's class?
Can I try to do something on that right hand one?
Yeah,
I
what do you
won't touch too much. I just want to do this. Oh, it's not going to go much further than that.
Nah, it's kind of with this
Cool,
weird
no
little
worries.
shitty broadcasting stuff. I'm going to crack a Tropics. Well, no, let's do the Kettle Sour. How do you bring your pH down?
That's what I was trying to say on here, because people were talking about the Philly sour. I just use Pilsner grain. 10 pounds of Pilsner grain in a 10-barrel batch of beer will
You never messed with
kettle sour overnight.
Good belly stuff?
No, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's another way of doing it.
That's the Donnie way. He taught me that way.
That's more of a pure pitch for sure.
What's the ABV?
And this is a kettle sour. This was kettle soured with Pilsner grain.
Was it? It just takes, what, like 3 more days?
No, like I kettle sour. I start the brew on Friday, let it sour over the weekend, and boil it on Monday.
Got it. All right, who's going to win tonight? Suns or the Clippers? Padres. Stupid fucking question. I'm kidding, Hopeful Brewing. Is Brew Show in the house? CH, why not the Hoppy Hour channel? We just fired this up really fast. We got buddies in town right now, Jonathan Elliott and Eric Klain. And Brew Mill Tony is actually staying with me. He slept at my house last night. He brought in this like giant king air mattress. He was cracking me up, dude. He was cracking me up. We went downtown last night. We tried to go to the one place. I guess we can't talk about it anymore. We can talk South Park Brew Co.
Oh yeah,
We
you
ended
went
up in
to
North
South
Park.
Yeah.
And then we tried to go to Resident, which was highly recommended, and they were
Resident's
surprisingly
good.
closed.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So if anybody's in the San Diego downtown area, I recommend Resident and
There's a lot.
Half Door. Halfway Door.
Half Door's good too.
Half
right by the
House.
stadium. Then Virgin opened something right by the stadium.
They did?
Yep, they
So
opened a
Virgin-
restaurant.
And then they did Escondido, the patio thing?
Yep, both of them.
Burge is making
Crushing
moves. We were hanging out with Blake today. Blake, we did a video. It's on the channel. It's called Craft Coast. Mike's buddy. A little bit of my buddy. He was saying that he always has Virgin on. He does like 9 of his beers and then 5 homie beers, but he'll always have Virgin on because they really helped him out.
And they move through beer.
What's up?
And they move through beer. They're
Yeah,
popular.
yeah. What's their number one seller? Truvana.
I couldn't tell you. They always have rotating cans too. But yeah, they're crushing it over there.
Yeah, so check out for Virgin. Virgin's probably growing the fastest out of North County breweries in the last 3 or 4 years.
I would say. Or at least like prove their point. Got it out. 6,000 barrels a year. That's great.
And it's not gimmicky. There's not like all these X Games guys behind it. It's just really good beer and like really good
It works.
business model.
Yeah,
right?
it
'Cause
works.
there's a lot of gimmicky shit.
I don't even mind that stuff. That's fine.
I kind of mind. It kind of pisses me off. We'll talk about this.
Off air.
$35 an hour. $35 an hour. Hard seltzer brewers, shit like that. Companies, you know.
Hey, everyone's allowed to go after it.
Hey, I get it, man. Live your
Yeah.
life, but there's a reality to it too.
Everyone's playing the game.
Yeah. I do not know. Yeah, I know Europe's playing right now. There's a lot of soccer going on. I don't know.
I love me some Culver.
What up, Josh Utley? What's up, Brunch? What's going
I
on?
feel like
here?
we're missing a lot of these questions coming through.
I mean, take a question. You know, we can hang out.
They're
we
talking
we
about
don't have to answer
kettle
anything. We've
sours.
had it with these guys, man. We could just. What's going on, man? What's your MySpace password? Talk about anything.
I don't remember. Yeah, I've tried to go in after all these years.
Do you change your password for every new thing, or is it one
I just can't
password
remember
for
my-
everything?
My password of freshman year in high school, I don't remember what that was.
You don't use the same password for everything?
I do, usually.
Same with me.
Yeah.
It's everything since I was like.
But I have like 6 of
16.
them because you got to
Yeah,
change
you
them
gotta
every
change
once
them
in a while.
up. Yeah, shit gets cracked down on and stuff. Brew Show, what's up, Brunch? We're gonna do a collab with Trent. We're gonna make you know the Mr. Beer thing, the $50 thing.
I had one of those.
Yeah. Did you brew with it?
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
It was okay. I bought it for my dad in high
just
school,
tastes like
and I
malty.
brewed on it.
Pale ale, like
It comes with like PET bottles. Yeah.
The what?
Like Coca-Cola plastic
Oh,
bottles.
yeah. So we're going to make that video and do maybe a blind taste contest with that next to some, I don't know. I
mean, it's
Trader
not...
Joe beers or something. I know
Yeah.
it's going to be all malty, sugary shit. But you can still put it into a keg, you know, and hit it with some CO2 and see if that does anything to
Mr.
it.
Beers, I like plastic,
Yeah, it's like the fake barrel.
brown
Yeah,
beer
yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's
Where you
50,
just... Yeah.
it's $50 on Amazon. But you could have fun with it. Like, you could
Sure.
make... Yeah.
It'll make beer.
We'll buy 2 of them maybe. And then do, like, one of them... however the instructions pan out, and then do one where like we actually put into a corny keg and, you know, crank it up to 10 psi for a couple days and see if
Right.
CO2 can purge some shit out or change the taste or
See what it tastes like.
give it some spice. Yeah. What up, Tom Alvarado? We were talking about you. Tom's actually been to Culture. What up, Jorge Castro out there in Puerto Rico? What's up, Brunch? All right, we got a subscriber. Mike 5. Mike V. Cheers. Yeah, these guys are all coming over at like 7:30. John Elliott, Eric Lane. I think my buddy Gavin. He's in a couple Homebrew for Life videos. Brew Show's ready. Brew Show's back. I think he was in the Midwest. He was definitely in the Midwest. And he's back, man. Let's rock and roll. There's going to be a lot of content on Homebrew for Life. There's going to be a lot of content because I have to. Because if I'm not editing or writing or shooting or doing stuff like this, I get fucking weird when I'm by myself in Idle Hands or the Devil's Workshop. And I'll just drink and spend $1,000 a day on beer if I'm not putting out content. So we're going to be on a sick one. We're still doing the Frank Zappa Mexican Lager. I got to tell you about that. We're going to do a Gruit. Have you ever done a Gruit?
Gruit?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've done one.
With no
Beer
hops?
Fest. Yeah, and all these like herbs and spices.
Sages, rosemary.
Yeah, they're surprisingly good.
Yeah. I think we have one in here, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, we got a Gruit in here.
And they're all very different.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like you can pretty much use like anything besides a hop.
It's like literally what's in your backyard.
Yeah, like
That's kind of the point.
mustard seed. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. We'll make it happen, though. Jonathan Elliott, what's up, Brunch? Jonathan Elliott is at Helia right now watching this. There he is. Shout out to Jonathan Elliott.
They're watching this at Helia?
I think they're at Helia. Jonathan, where are you at? This is working out. I like how this works.
No, I do.
Like on full screen, this works. For a little $50 camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is killing it. I got
You
some
gotta get
shit.
something like behind us. You gotta get some like...
Green screen?
Oh, not even, I don't even know. Not a green screen, but like just some swag behind us. Homebrew for Life banner.
Stack some kegs up or some
Put a
trophies
green
or
screen.
something.
That'd be fun.
I do have a green screen.
Yeah.
We did this at the last moment. Jonathan Elliott with another super chat. Is that the same Jonathan Elliott? Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan. That's quite the
Thanks,
compliment.
Jonathan. I know I owe you dinner for this. Mike gives me his time. He doesn't have to do this.
I don't mind. It's fun.
Have you ever gotten somebody out of Culver that walked in there like I saw you on Homebrew for
Midday
Life?
meal.
It has? Okay, so as long as you get
Multiple
one
times.
guy in,
Yeah.
it works. Like as long as you get one person in.
I've been like through, not even, I'm just happy to do it, but that's a side effect. People do come down.
But that was kind of my relationship with Vince from Twisted Horn. He's like, I'll give you a Saturday, and if it gives like, which is kind of a shitty thing to say. I'm like, Vince, we don't have to hang out with you, dude. Like, there's like a whole 20 other people. He's like, hey, if one person comes in, like it was all worth it. But it was kind of a nightmare because I think Maury said a couple F-bombs.
Short-circuited brewer, I asked Mike a question. You'll have to retype that.
Sorry, I'm gonna go. What up, Lex Steele? What up, you brunch? I got a lot of questions for Mike. Really quick, how about them Padres? I just wrote that down.
They're playing right now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think we're losing, but we'll still win because we can come back and beat every team. We're talking about yeast nutrients. We're talking about smash beers are the best beer to do when you're starting out. Tons of BrewTube videos, really good videos this week. Hellbrew's put out a video today. I haven't watched it yet. Trent puts out a video every week. Brew Cabin put out a phenomenal video about the Space Odyssey thing. That was heavy duty. Clawhammer, we're going to collab. I talked to Clawhammer today. Do you know Clawhammer?
Supply? The
Yeah.
brew?
Yeah.
I've heard about that.
They finally wrote me back after a month. Emmett, what the fuck, man? Emmett and Kyle, man. 1 month later. I'm kidding. Kind of. But we're going to make a video. We're going to take like one of our crazy recipes and they're going to do it and I'm going to do it. And we might do
cool.
it on their system. They do like a high-end version of like, I don't know if it's high-end, but it's more expensive. But it's Scott Shrewsbury, thank you for your $1, man. I'm going to go get Jack in the Box tacos right after this. They do an electric brew system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all in one brew system, like competing with Grainfather or Anvil Found. There's a lot now. back in the day, it was like grandfather
there
and
it
just them.
Yeah, it's weird side by side. What was the most unexpected thing you encountered owning a brewery?
Having me show up.
Yeah, I would say probably the most unexpected are the friends that come out of the industry. I met Blake at Craft Coast through the industry. So many people through the industry. We're all kind of just chill people drinking at each other's breweries, honestly, is what we
I would
do.
have said COVID. Nobody expected that somebody could shut.
COVID was unexpected, 100%.
No one's ever seen that in our lifetime. They can just shut you down.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird, but they definitely made it right by, the Restaurant Revitalization Act, both sets of PPP. It was not, in retrospect, the worst. We got taken care of, but it sucked. We didn't open a business not to open the doors.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Brew 4 times in 6 months, just to keep inventory for the tasting room.
And we were talking about this last night because the guys that came into town are generally interested in opening up a brewery of their own one day. And there's 2 types of people that own breweries. There's people that, so everyone's trying to put their money together right now, right? They're trying to find investors and stuff like that. I would never. Obviously, homebrewers know that you can make a living selling beer. You're making money. You want your doors to be open to make money.
Right.
But then there's also the person that doesn't give a fuck about beer, that just wants to make money. I wouldn't ever trust that. I think you have to be passionate about beer to bring you in. Do you agree with that or no?
It depends. I mean,
I know it depends, but if someone's just...
I feel like people can see right through it. But I don't know. It really depends. There's some breweries that you just kind of mentioned with that regard that are very busy.
Yeah, but there's a pride of ownership with beer. It's I said it on a podcast before. It's if you mow your own lawn, your lawn looks the best on the block. If you wash your car that day, it's if you make your own beer, I want to feel that with somebody.
Well, you kind of just choose where you spend your dollar, But there's some other non-discerning people that don't choose as wisely, maybe.
And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to this, but I would want to be involved with somebody that made beer and understood what beer was and just wasn't trying to push it, money. I want someone that's hey, this beer was not good. Maybe let's hone it in and not be so quick to market. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know.
But even those people provide jobs for my friends around the industry.
All right.
Yeah.
Hire
somebody good.
Pony Pasture. Oh, I got a sticker from Pony. Check it out. Pony Pasture. Hope all is well, man. We're back. It's Wednesday night, baby. Check it out. Here's from Pony. He's out there on the East Coast. Shout out to everybody on the East Coast right now because it's midnight? Maybe not midnight, but Pony Pasture, man. Appreciate the love. He's always letting us know that the Homebrew for Life and the Brew Tubers and Short Circuited got him back into homebrewing. He took some time off. That's kind of the whole pulse of Homebrew for Life, is to keep people brewing, because we've talked about this. We talked about this at Chase's 2nd anniversary. It's pretty rare that people brew for 10 years. It's very rare that someone's going to be a consistent homebrewer for a decade.
Oh, homebrewer, right, yeah.
People filter out fast.
Yeah.
And like Pony Pasture, it's when you're out, you're pretty much out. You're not going to buy everything back and now you're married with kids or something. It's pretty hard to get back into homebrewing.
Sure.
It's like going to the gym. Once you stop going, it's you're not going to go back.
Right.
You're not going to go back. If you are, it's going to be a half. Going to the gym is way more convenient than homebrewing. Homebrewing is you need space and time and Saturday.
It's a hobby, yeah.
It's a hobby, but it's alcohol. It's drunk people. It's drunk friends hanging out, and your wife's
Make
it's
beer
9
for your
o'clock.
family barbecue,
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. We talked about this, motherfucker.
Right.
But to get back into it is
I think
kind of a miracle.
Homebrew's got gnarly. There's so much cool shit out there nowadays for homebrew. It's insane.
Oh, it's insane. Everything we get, people chime.
Conical fermenters for homebrewers, glycol chillers. I didn't have any of that. I had a fridge.
Yeah.
With a temperature control.
Pony Pasture, Short Circuit, 9:40 out there in East Coast land. Rasmus, 3:40 a.m., man.
3:40 a.m. Oh my gosh.
Jonathan Elliott, he's been homebrewing for a decade. I believe him. He's got great beer. Was that Nickelback Brewery? Knockaback Brewery? What's up, Brunch? What up, fam? What's up, you Brunchette? Homebrewing gets me away from the kids, and I love it.
That's what a hobby's for, man.
I know. And like I said, it's like pride of ownership. It's like, I fucking make food and I hate every meal that I make.
And I feel like home brewing. So
And I love the beer that I make. It's
Right.
a weird thing.
for sure.
It's a weird thing. I hate.
And like once you get a good system dialed in, it's not hard. It's not that labor intensive. You have confidence that you're making a good product.
Yeah, and absolutely. And like
Yeah.
with homebrewing, it's like I want people. I speak for everybody. I speak for Elementary. I speak for Brian. I speak for Larry and David Heath. It's like the more you get people brewing better beer, the more they're going to stick around, because there's so many times people brew beer and you go, well, you go in your garage the next day and there's like no activity in your airlock and everything's a mess. You're just like, dude, this sucks.
You can understand how to brew it, ferment it. I think a lot of people miss the mark on putting it into a keg and carbonating it. That's the hardest part.
I wrote that down.
Yeah.
I wrote that down. Check it out. Don't even bottle. Do
No.
not even bottle. You're not going to learn anything.
So much time wasted.
I'd rather pick up dog shit. I would. It's easier. Do not, if you get into home
Force
brewing.
carbonate. 100%. In a keg.
Dave Firth taught me this. He's like, dude, if you stick around on Craigslist or OfferUp or something like that for a week and look at fridges, you're going to find a free fridge or a fridge for $30. They're pretty much free.
Oh, yeah.
People are like, get this out of here.
Get your beer cold. Yeah.
Do you know how much shit is on Craigslist? People are like, if you pick it up, it's free. What are those things? More often than not, refrigerators,
No, so-
chest freezers.
And that's your best. That will do the trick. You don't need to spend $1,200 on an SS Brewtech 15-gallon conical.
No, and I have this kind of ongoing relationship with. Again, I'm with Mike. There's no right or wrong, but
I'm all about cost effective.
and
I
I
used
think
to ferment in those containers that you get your water in at the grocery store.
and not only that, yeah, and I'm with you, but like I think homebrewing's funner when it's cheaper and more DIY.
You just want to make good beer.
He's got a Franken
Yeah.
system. He talked about this about 6 months ago. Explain to him what a Franken system is.
It's just converted dairy tanks the same way you would just build a homebrew system out of parts and pieces. Grab some kegs and turn it into a boiler. So we have an old dairy tank, 3 old dairy tanks that we converted into a brew house
It was literally a dairy tank from like
because we couldn't afford
a milk farm, like a cow farm. It was
just a stainless steel scrapyard, pretty much.
and then somebody welded it. You had them
I got
customly
my
weld
friend.
it.
I had my friend Blaze. He's a good stainless steel sterile welder.
Have you ever had a problem with like a leak or anything or
Nothing.
Nothing.
We've definitely advanced in made
That's a good
revisions.
story.
But dude, compared to buying a brand new Premier stainless system, we saved hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I got another question about that. So check it out. We got a Groot right here. So I'm flipping through. I subscribe to. I'll try a little bit of this. I subscribe to Craft Beer and Brewing magazine,
Huh?
and it's a great magazine. It's one of those magazines where like even the ads are entertaining because you're seeing like what's out, like what's new and stuff like that.
What's out there? That's what's cool about it.
Yeah, and I'm looking at stainless steel and stuff. Just whatever catches my ADHD eye. And I was looking at a company I've never heard before called Apex.
Right.
You heard of them?
I think through you.
They're what?
Through you, maybe.
I literally just saw them this week.
Oh, okay. No. Maybe, I think there's some breweries that have Apex tanks around
Like-
town.
Is there better stainless steel than... I'm not talking about a system. I'm not talking about the buttons you push or anything like that.
No, they all have a label 304, 308, 316.
What they're passivated at.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And you just got to take care of it with your chemicals.
So it doesn't matter if it's
There's like a cleaning and...
beer stone remover.
Yeah. You just got to take care of them.
But there's not like... Who's the leading commercial microbrewery fermenter? Stainless? Premier?
No, there's so many across the country.
It's all whatever.
Yeah. We buy ours from PBST, and they're just Chinese imports.
They all come from China. They come
Yeah.
out here and they...
Even the SS Brewtech ones, they're like they put the ferrules on here.
Yeah. Smells good. Quick little shout out. This is a Gruit from Brew Mill Tone. He's in here all the time. He's always talking about the progress of his brewery up there in Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh, that's what I meant today.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What do you think?
I haven't tried it. Smelled it. Does smell good.
It's got kind of like an iced tea vibe.
Does taste like Lipton's iced tea. Absolutely.
Green tea, for sure.
Lipton iced tea in the plastic bottle.
That was like the perfect
You nailed it right away. It's good. Carbonation's good. It's clean.
Yeah. He's
A
got
little
a couple
malty.
more.
It's got crystal in
Yeah.
it.
What up, Alex Bieber? What's up, man? Bottling forever. You're fucking blowing it, dude. You're here first. Bottling forever will filter you out of homebrewing very fast. Unless you're going to bottle forever, like you just said.
It's just a long day.
What is
Even
a
bottling 5
batch?
gallons.
Like 60 bottles?
You gotta clean and sterilize and dose sugar. Yeah.
I remember Chris Berry from Battle Match. He tried to do those those bullshit bottling pills where you just put a pill in it instead of using priming sugar.
Oh, I saw this.
One of them's
Yeah.
flat, one of them explodes, one of them's nothing, one of them's perfect. It's
Uh-huh.
like, this is such a scam. This is all bullshit, man. Craigslist is definitely a joke for brewing, for homebrewing stuff. I was trying forever to find corny cakes, and I couldn't find them on Craigslist. I didn't know that Craigslist was kind of a thing of the past. Now it's all about offer up and
Facebook Market.
Facebook Market. Craigslist is a joke.
Yeah,
Craigslist sucks now.
I agree.
Everybody is on. I think I got my shit off offer up, and it worked out perfectly.
I've been using Facebook because I was a big fan of Craigslist. I use it all the time. Now it's
That
all
was the only thing we
Facebook
had.
Market.
All
Yeah.
10 years ago, 15
Just
years
buying
ago.
used stuff, dude. Yeah.
That's all we had. Sofas, refrigerators, whatever. Craigslist is a joke. And I figured that out this week. YouTube Shorts, Homebrew for Life. We're going to be putting out a bunch of YouTube Shorts. Yeah, 52 bottles. Brian short-circuited. That's a nightmare. No, ma'am.
That's
No, ma'am.
3 to 4 hours on your Saturday.
Yeah. YouTube Shorts. You know what a YouTube Short is?
I don't.
So it's pretty much, there's 1 minute YouTube videos or 59 second or less. It's
Oh, they're
their
trying
way
to beat TikTok.
They're trying to compete with
Okay,
TikTok.
okay.
So I'm going to put one of those out a week. Generally, when I do a Homebrew for Life video, there's like 4 kind of tutorials going on with something like that. And I can make those pretty fast. It's going to be obnoxious, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick little heads up. You heard it here first. That
That's gonna be obnoxious.
it's like a daily video. There's no more beer battered short ribs.
It's gonna be just a snapshot of your life.
just like
Just waking up, guys.
yeah. Well, I mean, like we did a how to ferment under pressure video, and like spunning valves are $50. But if you already have like the T-bone brass thing or like a PSI gauge, you already have like half of it. You could just, hey, if you buy 2 more things, you can make
buy
your
a
own,
simple
something like that,
PRV,
which
yeah.
is a great video. Like that's
Right.
like a boom, 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 boom. And when I did construction, my bosses, like some of the toughest, most badass motherfuckers ever, would watch TikTok all day
Oh yeah.
about how to like hone in tools and cut
Yeah.
things better and like little tricks of the trade. So it's got kind of. It's not going to be Homebrew for Life. It's not going to be like the dick off videos where we try to do like a bullshit failed sitcom, but there'll still be some tutorial education value, which is the pulse of the channel. I mean, that's what it comes down to is, homebrewing hacks and tutorials on how to save money, how to drink beer faster, how to drink better beer faster, and yeah, I'm actually going to make that video tomorrow, how to make a spunning valve. I already made it, so I'm just going to upload it, put a different title in.
That's rad.
Yeah, calling out David Heath. I'm calling out David Heath. I'm calling out Short Circuited Brewers. I'm calling out The Brew Show. Anybody, Clawhammer Supply. Anybody who's got YouTube content, 50, 100 videos. I made that video a couple weeks ago. It's like just talking about people filter out of YouTube very fast. It's a lot of work, and if you don't get traction, I don't even have traction. Well, I do have traction, but we have 20,000 subscribers. Obviously, channels have millions and zillions and billions. I don't give a fuck about them. You need to have videos hits that keep you around and not make you give up and go back to MySpace and post selfies. I want to know from Short Circuited what those videos were, because you're not going to get that traction video in your first video unless you really know what you're doing. And I think it's a good video. Just just what keeps people from pretty much quitting, from pretty much pulling the plug. Mail day, we already did that. Mike, we're going to talk about beer salts, when to add them. This is like the ongoing debate that'll go on forever. Okay. And I already think I know your answer to this. Who's the best looking brew tuber? It's got to be short circuited. I don't know. I was probably drunk out of my mind. Can you over kettle sour? No. I don't think you can either. I don't think it's going to go to like 2.9 if you just leave it for like 6 more hours. I think everything burns out at like 3.3 tops, but I don't know. Who's the best brew tuber? Probably Barbecue Larry or Prost with Peter. Or, I don't know, Gnome Brewing? I don't know. 4 a.m. here. What's up, Alex Bieber? I should have stopped for beer on the way home. Yeah, you just got called out, Gnome Brewing. Shout out to Gnome. Hey, man, I didn't write anything down. Usually I write out the super chatters from the previous week. Gnome, thanks for helping me out with the last stream. My first video back after a year hiatus was a Blickman quick carb. I want to see the video, Brian. You talking about that? You already kind of made the video about how you started the channel, and he's got short circuit. He's cool as shit. He's out there in like not Columbus, Ohio, but Ohio. But he started a channel and he's like meet some random guys, and he's married. You know, I don't want to get too much into his personal life, but he's like he just got like random guys showing up, you know, for like beers. Now they're like hanging out in the garage. Want to start like a YouTube channel, like grown ass men. It's like this could be an intro to like Friday the 13th or like House of a Thousand Corpses. You know, like this could be a very sketchy thing.
It could be
people you don't know showing up with alcohol involved.
You're kind of calling the kettle black right now.
What's up?
So you got 3 people staying here, right?
I know. It's all good, man. We got footage of them at Culver. No, we're documented. Can you over kettle sour? Can you pitch too much lactobacillus?
It'll eventually just kind of like peter itself out. The acidity gets so high that the bacteria has really no more room to work with.
Right.
Yeah, it's getting too acidic. It's
right.
gonna like its enzymes. It just stops kind of functioning.
And I mean, like
at a certain point, they're swimming in their own filth.
Sure.
That's how I think about it.
I couldn't agree with you more. But like, remember when we first started making quick kettle sour means quick kettle sour. Back in the day, sour meant like barrel aged, long time. And as brewing goes on, people figure out faster, hackier, make it taste like the real thing without it going through the process. But it was like, hey, if we put lactobacillus in this, we have to like check it at 12 hours. We have to check it at 15 hours. It's like, it's going to be the same in 3 days.
The pH might be the same. The titratable acidity will be different.
Okay.
The longer one will have more acid in it, for sure.
The longer one will have more the longer what?
If like I kettle sour over the weekend, it's going to have more acid in solution than if I kettle sour for 12 hours.
Got it.
The pH is not a good indicator of how much acid is in solution. pH is a good indicator of the pH in solution. Of the solution.
And I like when I first started doing kettle sours, and I learned about this from Northern Pine. Like I would legitimately wake up at 5 a.m. and be like, "Fuck,
I gotta check it. No, it's way loose. It's flexible.
You get way. Yeah. It's like
don't lose sleep over it.
It's like sous vide or a crock pot. It's like you really have to put it in there to like make it.
You can't overdo it.
No,
it'll take
if it's
a while.
A few hours, you're fine.
It can botulize,
but you're not gonna. The way I think of sous vide or like kettle sours, like, can you die from being in a jacuzzi too long? Like,
I'm sure you could. Your body's probably not like too keen on that.
There's no way. I mean, right, but it would take like 4 days. Like if you're in there for an hour, you're like, I got to get out. If you're in there for 3 hours, you're like, I'm really fucked up, but my body's still good. My beer's still good.
I don't know. I don't think your body likes being hot. I think if your body's over 100 degrees, it'll probably start panicking after about 12 hours.
Whoa, that's a fucking super chat if I've ever seen one. Today we're going to give Mia Wallace a foot rub. I'm stealing that. Shout out to, he got me though. $50 super chat, man. I'll take you out to dinner after this.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll buy you that. Whoa, I'll buy you that Jack in the Box 2 tacos for $1. To answer the question, yeah. And dude, Northern Pine taught me that trick.
You got $50? Hell yeah.
Well, there's taxes and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out. He's paid $50. To answer your question, yes.
Awesome.
He paid $50. Thank you. Let's get this shit out of here, man. He got me though, man. He's always showing me love.
He got me though.
He's a brunch.
He did get you. He's got you.
He's a brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you see the red show up, you see the maroon right there. You're like,
on the right. Okay.
Yeah. Usually
yeah.
It's a yellow. Are we live? We sound like douchebag. But yeah, like when I first learned how to kettle sour Donnie and Northern Pine, like they would legitimately, how did they do this? They would, I guess, knock out at probably 100 degrees and then throw in a ton of Good Belly, like Greek yogurt or whatever it is.
Probiotics, right.
Probiotics. And then they would like hustle their asses back there at like 6 a.m. and like, it's like, you don't have to do that.
Probably on that instance they do, because they are propagating up a bacteria culture. So that will go real quick compared to the way I do it, which is just Pilsner grain. We're using the bacteria on the grain itself.
Okay. And I even like Donnie and Maury, like we used to worry about temperature. They used to worry about temperature control on a commercial scale, but it's like, if you knock out at 100, it's going to retain that 100 degrees for a long time.
Yeah,
that's
water,
a serious volume.
Right.
The bigger the body of water, the more it's going to retain that temperature. If we take a gallon and we heat it to boiling, and we take a pint and heat it to boiling, that pint is going to get back to room temperature 10 times faster, 20 times faster. If you have a giant vat of water, you don't need temperature control for 15 hours. You're going to lose what? Maybe 2 degrees?
Yeah, at worst. But yeah, it depends on how cold it is at night, for
Right.
sure.
And the lactobacillus, I think like Maury like pulled an all-nighter over there and like cranked up the butane at like 3 a.m. and fired up the thing. It's like, you didn't have to do that. We were just all trying to figure this out together.
And I think, again, in their instance, Booze Brothers can't really tie up their kettle for 2 days. You know, they're really promoting a very quick kettle.
Yeah.
Like, Donnie literally, like, props it up on the pilot system. His bacteria.
Have you seen his new...
It's cool.
The Grandfather G70?
It's like 2 kegs worth at a time.
Or one no.
It's a 15-gallon system.
And we're trying to do a homebrew for life video with it, but it's 220. The new... Brian,
yeah.
short-circuited. I know that when you did the video on... I don't even know if it was a video, but I know that when Grandfather came out with that, so many home brewing companies put so much product out there that's so quick to market that hasn't withstood the test of time.
Right.
And the Grandfather G70, that's $2,000, which is a lot of money for a home brewer. Can you do it again? You just gave us $150 like this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
Well,
All right,
you're doing it in a
NBC,
fancy
baby.
restaurant.
Here we go. Donovan Sanderson. Okay.
Say it. M. No.
B. Just say it. C.
All right, we're back. I gotta pee though. Ugh. My house doesn't look too disgusting, huh, for a bachelor pad, Mike?
No, it looks clean.
It looks okay, right?
I'll go for dog leg. I can definitely answer any questions if you guys got something to do or anything you're curious about. We have a porter from Dogleg. Shout out to Nick and Christina and the whole crew over there. Golf themed. They have a digital shooting range inside, right up the street from Culver. I'm not much of a golfer, but I know Casey is here.
All right, I'm going in for tropics, Mike.
I just opened this porter from Dogleg.
Dogleg? Dogleg, cool. Hey, epic shout out to He Got Me though, man. That's insane. I hope it's not
Don't
like
you
an
have
eight.
to chug it?
What?
Didn't you just call for your mandatory beer chug?
We
include
just
you?
hit the button. We're off the like.
That doesn't
we
include
learned.
you?
No. I mean, like,
I'm fucking with you.
Me and Maury did that, like, the first time we did this. Like, every time we got a super chat, it's like NBC, it's like, Maury's got to drive.
I'm not doing it NBC.
No. And I've got different NBC videos. They're all kind of the same, but they're all a little bit different. But big shout out to, that's crazy. I've never seen two purples up there.
Ramses has asked a few times.
Ramzus! Mike Sours. Yes, he's got a bunch.
The kettle sour, just, there's, the way we do it is just, it's hard to explain in a short run, but we just kettle sour with unmilled Pilsner grain. There's bacteria on that grain. It's a bacteria you want. And get over here! We brew our kettle sour base on Friday night, sour it Saturday, Sunday, reboil it on Monday. That American Sours book has a good run through of how to do a proper kettle sour. It's really not that hard. It's just another round of fermentation with a different type of bug in your kettle, and then you just boil it again. You just gotta get your acidity. You gotta.
What's your perfect kettle sour? 3.4 for a pH.
Yeah, 3.3, 3.4.
Right. It gets pretty gnarly.
You want it tart, so the fruit can sweeten it up on the backside.
Well, I think there's a big difference between the word sour and tart.
See, the host in MBC. You're letting your fans down.
They're your fans. They're NBC. What do you think of this beer? I love Dogleg.
It's actually really good. I'm not actually. I just don't. I don't drink much dark beer.
For the record, I know nobody cares because nobody in here is from San Diego, which I love. But they just hit a go ahead grand slam.
Oh, the Padres?
Yes, I know you don't give
What's
a shit about
go ahead grand slam?
They were down and they went ahead with a 4-run home run.
Oh, literally just the go ahead.
Go ahead. Cool. Yeah. I said it earlier. I said the Padres are going to come back. We don't have to worry about shit. I'm a prophet.
It's all you.
Who's wearing a do-rag? You gotta let me know I'm wearing this.
Oh my gosh.
Sweat. All right, NBC. I know you don't do it, Mike. I know. I'll get some.
I'm not the one that makes an NBC T-shirt. It's not on me.
Do you want one?
No, I'll take a T-shirt.
Are you 2X or XL?
2X.
I got you.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Today we're going to double dip our chips. I'm down. Today we're going to wonder why the Padres are third in the NL West, but the greatest fucking team in the league by so far. It blows my mind.
It's not fun following San Diego sports. That's why I stopped.
It is this year.
Sure, 1 year out of how many?
No, but I remember when I first started going to Culver.
Typical sports fan.
What are you talking about?
No, go ahead.
When I first started going to Culver, it was pretty much last Padres season because it was like the 50-game COVID season.
Right.
And I don't know why I randomly started going to Culver. Because it was all just Booze Brothers and Battle Mage from then. But I go to Culver and Helia probably more than I go to Battle Mage and Booze Brothers now.
Oh, cool. Okay. Hell yeah. But
Culver, to me, is kind of a Padres golf bar.
We definitely want, just because Matt and Ben both are massive Padres fan, we are a Padres bar for sure.
You can't watch the game at Booze Brothers.
Yeah, they don't play sports, do they?
No, and at Battle Mage, they play Twitch. They play people streaming, which is probably your...
Oh, that's their target market, though. That's cool. That makes sense.
You want to see some people make money off Super Chats, watch some of these guys. They make like $10,000 a day.
Streaming gaming?
Yeah, like League of Legends.
Okay.
Insane money.
Interesting.
I
don't know much about
putting this down. I'm grateful every Super Chat that we've got, but like, there's guys that make $10,000 a day playing video games.
It's kind of like a OnlyFans for video games.
It's insane. And if you're into a video game, whatever, it's generally the newest, most topical game, like Fortnite or Apex or something.
Okay.
They're generally pretty good, or pros.
Sure, I imagine. I would hope so.
And if you get like a double kill or something, somebody will tip you like $500 to $500.
Oh, shit. I don't understand much about that.
You don't understand
No, I understand the concept,
it?
but yeah, that's just not a world I dive into.
I know, it's like, why wouldn't you just play the goddamn game instead of like me watching somebody play?
Watching somebody play video games. I don't know. I'm just not into it. To each their own. Everybody's got their own thing.
But I would take it even one step further, and I hear what you're saying, like, what's the point of Instagram? I don't care about that you went to the gym. Why do we stare at Instagram all day? I don't care that you ate food or like, this is crazy too, but like, there's something behind it that works.
No, I know. There's something weird about it.
It's fucking crazy. You post a selfie and
San
now it's
Diego
like,
only has Padres, right? We don't have any football left. We don't have any basketball. We have a soccer team and a rugby team now, and a hockey team.
And a hockey team.
We got the Ducks.
But here's what happened, and I think I was talking about this with Ben. What made the San Diego Padres stronger was the Chargers leaving, because we're forced to watch the Padres now.
That's our only professional team.
Because we're talking about, rugby and the goals or whatever. It's like
the goals games are fun as hell.
But they're not really a professional team. Our real two professional teams.
But they want to go on a professional team. They're the minor leagues.
Oh, I would.
They fight harder.
I would fight to get them in the NHL.
No. So the Ducks pull from that. The Ducks pull from the goals.
Farm. Okay,
so if you follow somebody on the goals, there's a good chance they'll be brought up to the Ducks.
But think about what I just said. If there's no football team anymore and we're forced to watch baseball, if San Diego started a professional hockey team, it's probably going to get a lot of views.
Yeah, but I don't think the NHL will do a San Diego team.
They did an Anaheim team.
And we have
San
LA.
Diego's a bigger market.
We have Anaheim and LA. We have two Southern California teams.
But San Diego and LA don't share teams. We hate each other.
No, check. So
I fucking hate the Dodgers.
The Ducks are the Anaheim team with the Goals as their feeder team. The Ducks have all of San Diego. San Diego is kind of a maybe evenly split with the Kings and the Ducks.
I fucking hate the Raiders too.
But the fact that you have your minor league team here and see those people on TV in a couple years for the Ducks, there's loyalty to the Ducks in San Diego.
I understand what you're saying, but I think that exactly what I said. I think with the Chargers leaving, I think that it opens up way more exposure for sports fans. Sports roll over. We're competitive. We want to support our hometown.
Yeah.
And they try all these dumb lacrosse things and women with bikinis, indoor football. It's like, it might work now because the Chargers are gone. But I think that
I think they want to talk about beer.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
It's a beer channel, right? All right. Tom Alvarado, and I hate the
Padres.
Padres.
That's about my entire knowledge about sports was I just shared with you.
What up, Lars? That's exactly how sports are supposed to work. Tom's like, he hates the Padres and I hate the Dodgers. That is, if you hate a team and love a team, sports worked on you. Like the guy with the money who got like the talent, created the rivalry.
The sports team doesn't care about you.
What?
The sports team doesn't care about you.
Don't tell me that.
That's the truth.
Don't tell me that. Nobody really fucking cares about anybody except like your 5 friends and like your
They'll
girlfriend.
leave in a heartbeat.
What?
The team. They'll leave the city.
Blasphemy.
Truth.
No.
They're a money-making machine, dude. I mean...
No, I get it.
The Raiders are in Las Vegas. That's in our lifetime.
That's crazy.
They don't give a shit about Oakland.
Fuck the Raiders, though, man. All right, we're going back to beer, man. Hey, what's up, Finneru? What's up, Brunch? How are you, man? St. Diego needs a pro curling team. Boo that, man. Watching people talk about beer. Yeah, that's crazy. Watching people talk about beer. This guy tipped another $20, man. It's the same guy.
He's definitely
He got me, though, man. Okay, you just bought Mike some vegan corn dogs at the Compass later on with our buddy Scott. That's exactly what just happened. Shout out to He Got Me, baby. He hate me. He got game. Cheers, He Got Me. Hey, man, much appreciated. I know I took a couple months off. I openly said it on the broadcast. Me and my girlfriend, yada, 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 broke up for over 7 years. I didn't think this was like a right move to make. Drinking, hanging out, trying to move her out. And I've always kind of had an ongoing open relationship with the people that watch Homebrew for Life. And you kind of have to when you're doing a live stream like this, because this is real. This isn't a fucking selfie with the Ludwig Juno filter. I mean, like, we're shooting the shit right now. And I just thought, like, it just wasn't a good move to probably drink 6 beers on the internet and drink 6 beers on the internet. But it's all good, and life moves on. Such is life. You're born, you live, you die. And it was never like I was in like a bad spot. I just didn't think it was right. I didn't think it was like, we're moving out, it's a couple things at a time, a couple, here and there. And I didn't want like, I don't know, like a bender situation or yada, yada, yada. That's what happened. That's as good as I can explain myself. That's God's honest fucking thing. But it's back. We're going to be doing it every Wednesday night. I bought this Nintendo Switch. Like, we tried to do it a couple Sundays. I'll probably put that on the Hoppy Hour or put that on the Twitch stream. But I love doing that with Jorge Castro and Just Brewing and Jonathan Elliott. And what up, Tom Manning? What's up, Brunch? And we'll get that going too. That's a lot of fun. Drunken Mario Kart or just Mario Kart, yada, yada, yada. But the stream's back, man. And usually I have a couple things written down and I kind of am better prepared for this. Me and Mike just kind of hopped on this tonight. We're in the office, usually it's in the living room. If anybody has any beer question, and the one thing that I care about the most about this stream is that people learn about beer. And there's a lot of beer snobs in the world. There really is. And if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. I don't give a fuck if you're a GABF gold medalist or an extract brewer. Put a question in the chat and somebody will answer it for you. If we're just bullshitting or whatever, somebody will catch it and they'll probably give you a good answer. People know about beer. People like talking about beer. I can talk about beer all day.
Suggested I put mussels for his mussel stout in the mash.
Mussel stout.
And flesh in the boil. I would definitely, just throw it at the end of the boil. I don't know what you're trying to get out of that beer.
How do I look? Shitty? Don't answer that.
But definitely sterilize that. You don't want to just add it. You don't want to hurt yourself by adding like raw mussels in the secondary and drink that. That'd be asking for trouble. Not my area of expertise. I've never done a mussel stout.
You don't watch Genius Brewing? I know you don't. Or I know your answer to this, but they put like lobsters in their mashed up and shit. Why? You make lobster beer? Okay. It's like $300. They made a video on it. All right, super chat. Is that Goose Fraba? Cheers, Goose Fraba. Shout out to him, man. I'm looking at him right now. I love all the stickers you guys send us. Ooh. Goose Frab at the top right there. There's yeast in the barrage. I know he's kind of going through a funk right now. I know he's, for whatever reason, just kind of taking some time off from people. But, Yeast, if you're watching this, man, that's you right there, baby. Shout out to you in Texas. Texas.
What's a good dry yeast besides US-05?
Oh.
There's many of them out there. I like US-05. That's like a Cal Ale equivalent. That works well with pretty much anything. We don't use too many different strains at Culver. We're pretty much Cal Ale, Lager, and Belgian. So we don't experiment too much with different varieties. But US-05 is in our arsenal for sure.
I think we got some trolls.
Yes, rad. What do they want?
Good video. I don't understand why you pushed the sanitizer out with CO2 when you ended it back up to rack your beer in. Shut the fuck up. Does the fact that CO2...
Artillery Channel, that Mexican lager.
Yeah, it is. That's
you can gelatin it. Add gelatin or Biofine. That'll be easy.
Are you a gelatin guy or a Biofine? Everyone's on Biofine
first, and then gelatin if it doesn't clear.
To answer Andrew Motley's question I just got on the YouTube channel, yes, CO2 weighs more than oxygen. So that it sits on the bottom, and that's why when you open up a keg, it looks smoky down there because that's the CO2 mixing with ambient oxygen. Good video bringing the tap water. Good video. Brewing with tap water is a kook move. I brewed great beers with tap water.
Filter tap water.
What?
Filter tap water.
We did our Kavike
Straight
video.
tap water?
That was straight tap water, and it
I've
was
had
fucking
to dump
delicious.
600 gallons because my water filter stopped one day. It makes smoky beer. It tastes like tequila. Smoky tequila.
I'm telling you, we made the Kavike video right when it came out. That was tap water from my bathtub, and it was good beer. We drank it all.
Weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How much gelatin per 5-gallon fermenter? You'll have to Google it, but there's definitely an answer for you.
I know the answer for that. I know exactly the answer. It's like 1 tablespoon per, I think, 8 ounces. You do 8 ounces of water. This is definitely a homebrew for life question. 8 ounces or 12 ounces of water. Get it up to about 160 degrees. Turn it off. Mix in your gelatin. Stir, 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 stir. Don't get it too hot because you'll burn off the gelatin. Dump it in the keg. And your first beer is going to be like a Slurpee. And after that, it's going to be crystal clear. Does the same work for Biofine?
No, Biofine, you just dump in and mix it hard.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. Kiesel Girl, or
Easier.
whatever it's called.
Yeah. My tap water tastes like booty. It's because you're a Dodgers fan. Just looking for a new general purpose yeast. See, this is why you were talking earlier about how it's different. There's so much innovations in homebrewing and yada, yada, yada. There's just different everything. Like I said in a video, we did that dark lager video, the one you were telling me about Cinnamar. Blake told me to use 3470. His
Yeah.
I've always known not to do a yeast starter for dry yeast.
I use a yeast starter every time.
You use one every time.
I take the knocked out wort in the fermenter, put it in a 5-gallon bag, dump the yeast on top of it, and wait till it bubbles.
Okay, for whatever reason, whether it was probably
You don't
not
have
you,
to, but
you don't have to. And I said that in the video, and someone like wrote, they're like, "Hey, if you read John Palmer's book from like 15 years ago, chapter 4, section paragraph 3, he says like you're wrong." And I'm like, it both works.
Both
like,
work fine.
yeah, like,
I like to see it bubbling before I throw it in the tank, and I know it just went under a mini prop, so I know that yeast ate all the oxygen from the knockout, propped itself up, and then now I'm dumping it in.
Right.
You can see it; the bag will fully expand. It's fermenting.
It's just different, man. When we first got into brewing, there were so many like scare tactics and had to be this way and that way. And like as time progresses, like, and I do think that farming has gotten better, yeast has gotten better, and you get more leeway. It's like talking about earlier about, you know, the pH being over pH for 12 or 15 hours and being freaked out. It's like, no, time kind of tells.
There's a healthy amount of anxiety with that. You want to be
there's
about
peace
it.
of mind.
Yeah.
You can lose peace of mind. And I guess the exact opposite of peace of mind would be anxiety. So that, you know, checks out. But
I would go back at the brewery at 2 a.m. and just make sure my beer was bubbling.
You're not going to be able to sleep anyways.
In the first year, you know, there's thousands of dollars on the line.
But just everything. Like, you can't use glass carboys. You have to ferment for 2 weeks. It's like none of that is true anymore.
You don't have to mash for an hour.
No.
I mash mostly 15 minutes on my beers.
Do you know Maury's homie that he'll go outside, smoke a cigarette, when he's back, he'll bring it to boil?
And start moving around.
Yeah. He's like, all my sugar I get is in 5 minutes. He smokes a cig. There's no Vorloff. There's no, we call it Grant Chiller, Grant Wort.
Well, I do, yeah. You got to do the Vorloff. Unless you're doing like a hazy, but the Vorloff's pretty critical.
I don't know. I think I'll tell you off camera who it is, but I don't think they're
and whatever works for anybody.
And I always say that. I say how you get there is how you get there. It doesn't matter if you're extract or you're, you know, writing books about how you're a doctor in brewing.
Just
if it tastes... What?
Yeah, just do it. If it tastes good. If it doesn't, get better.
I said if it tastes like the stuff that we buy, it's a good beer.
It's not hard to make beer.
What?
It's not hard to make beer.
But anything's not hard once you know how it's done.
I mean, this is a house. This isn't a brewery with hot water on demand and trench drains. And you got to make it work.
No. Later short-circuited. Later Brosh. I know you East Coasters out there.
Yeah, what time is it?
7:15, 7:20.
Nice.
10 more minutes?
Sure.
10 more minutes?
Yeah.
All right, I know it's a quick one tonight. I'll probably do a solo one. I'll fire one up tomorrow. I know we typically do about 3 or 4 hours, which is fucking ridiculous. But we just kind of wanted to get things back to normal and say what up to everybody. You know, we're all brewing. We're still doing Homebrew for Life. We did a video on Sunday. We shot it Sunday. I edited it 8 hours on Monday. And I uploaded it, I think 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. It was awesome. I mean, it's not a brew video. It's just a full-blown outtake bullshit video. But sometimes those are the funnest. And it's Maury. Maury looks like fucking Beetlejuice and Good Guy Greg combined, you know, or something. He's crazy, man. But we'll do 10 more minutes. This is rad. We're almost up to 70 viewers. I know this is not like a traditional Homebrew for Life video, and people aren't really used to watching streams. Why would you watch a stream when you could watch anything? Game of Thrones, a Padre game, San Diego hockey team. But big shout out to everybody who's here right now. Kenneth Springsteen, what's up, man? Hotpad, what's up, man? Chili Rianos. I missed that video too. Brew Show, we're going to get out of here too. Trent, I'll text you. I got to watch Raul's video. I've just kind of been floating around all day. We'll get back to the group text barrage. We'll do a quick little, maybe 10, 15-minute round robin with Mike. You guys got commercial. I don't think you really know anything about homebrewing. Weren't you like a shitty homebrewer?
I did that like 10
You were like
years
the
ago.
first one to say it?
Yeah.
It's like, Mike, tell me about your homebrewing experience. You're like, I did it once and I sucked. So I went straight to opening up a brewery.
Straight to working in a brewery, going to school, and then opening my own.
Yeah.
It's way easier to brew with 300 gallons than fucking 5. For sure.
Because you're talking about
You just have margin of error. You have a little bit of room to work with.
everything's more diluted.
If I do like 15 extra gallons, it's not the end of the world.
Right.
And like you got an extra ounce of hops at homebrew.
You're not running a hose through your fucking house while your dad's like trying to beat the shit out of you and your friends are watching.
I did it in my home. I was renting with a few friends, and like they didn't like that I was homebrewing.
Yeah, it's all in the kitchen.
It's all in the kitchen. Takes up the kitchen all day.
Sticky sugar everywhere.
But whatever, it's fun to do. I don't mind it.
No,
I don't need to now. Obviously, I got the brewery. I'm almost brewing too much.
So so you went from homebrewing to getting a job at Manzanita, which is not there anymore, correct?
I went to homebrewing, to graduating college, to
Homebrewing, graduating college, but not for beer.
No, for economics.
Okay.
And then getting an internship in Germany while...
For what? Beer?
Just, got lucky with this family, the McMullers. And then I don't really know how it all together worked. I just asked for an internship with most breweries in Germany.
Yeah.
Just emailed everybody I could. This family got back to me. They ran a hotel and a brewery and a pub. So I had a free place to stay. I would help him out. He would let me travel every other weekend to wherever I wanted to in Europe.
What do you mean?
And that was
on
tight.
His dollar?
Just give me the weekend off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that was a good thing to have on my resume to get a job in San Diego. And then it's just been going since then. Yeah, I got lucky on that. I was just threw an email out there and got a bite. So I was like, cool, I'm going to go to Germany.
How's the work ethic between Germans and Americans? Are they way more like how I think? Just more like
I didn't...
East Coast, kind of like no bullshit?
Yeah, I was in a super small village and I didn't speak German. So like everything was just kind of like, oh, hey, you want a beer?
Food, beer, bathroom. Yeah, banya.
It was fun though. It was nice getting out here when I was young.
But I mean, like, is everybody there? Like,
They're incredibly friendly folk.
I'd imagine they're more clockwork, like.
But they're there drinking a beer, so they're letting loose a little bit too.
You're right. They're in a
and
different
to me
mindset.
especially, they're like practicing their English and like trying to sound like John Wayne or some shit, you know.
Oh yeah, they think everything's like. Clint Eastwood.
I'm a meme over there, dude.
Yeah,
Like.
right. Biggest American.
Which is fun. Best method of rapid carbonation for hard seltzers.
I'm gonna pee really fast.
Forced carbonation in the keg. You can carbonate seltzers high. They don't have much of a foaming capacity. Like 3 volumes of CO2. Carbonate it like a soda. We have a few seltzers at Culver. And they seem to move very well. And there's no risk of over-carbonating a seltzer. Because it's not going to just foam out of your glass. I don't think I'll be doing an MBC, but maybe Casey will before he takes off.
You like that picture of Donnie in there, the Undertaker? See that?
I did.
I'm gonna do half of Tropics and get out of here. You want to share the other half? You want to put it in the fridge?
Yeah, that artillery fan definitely wants you to chug something.
I can do something, baby. What do we got? I don't want to do a homebrew, man. This could backfire.
Do you can your seltzers or just do draft? We just do draft. We might can it down the road. It's a popular product we sell. We sell some draft to some restaurants and then draft out of the brewery.
Can we talk about that? What are your what styles? Is this personal? Like what sells the best? What style of beer? Is it still IPA? Is
Anything green, IPAs.
What do you mean green?
Top 5
Just bitter?
beers is
It's still
always IPAs.
over the lagers,
Significantly higher.
even during summer.
Yes.
Does it change month to month?
Not much.
It doesn't change.
We just go from like 6%
Right.
IPAs to 8% IPAs.
Right. Like if you're doing a stout over summer, you're like, okay.
Stouts don't do shit.
Yeah. You guys do a
I missed
stout.
that question up there talking about Miracosta. That went away quick.
What's shocking the bear?
Your seltzer foams a lot from the keg. Your line isn't balanced. Quebec East for quick turnover.
Quake?
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know much
Quake?
about Quake or whatever, but I think in the homebrew world it might be a blessing in disguise. Something you don't have to. Temperature control isn't an issue.
Temperature control is all of beer. Temperature control is 100% homebrewing. It is temperature control.
Just made a Quake for 4th of July. Awesome. Enjoy that.
Quake! Fucking another rain delay for the Padres.
What was that question up there? That's what you're looking for, right?
What?
Never mind. There's a Miracosta question that I had missed.
Here, I'll just pour into it. Okay, I was gonna shotgun it or, you know the new thing the kids are doing now is they peel the top label off. Have you seen that?
I don't know how you would do that.
Do you know the guy that can just put his finger right there and pop the thing?
No, I don't know him. But they're peeling the seams off of it.
I mean, it's on the internet now. You can literally like Google it. Yeah, people just pull it off.
It's wild.
Yeah. All right, let me see. Let's get out of here. Cable Hogan, what's up, brunch? Rob Baronis, how are you, man? Lorenzo Ramirez, you guys are amazing. Lorenzo, you're amazing. And that's the problem, man. We're still going to make that chicken wing video. Mike?
Oh, yeah.
Where around the campfire is that? Is it more of like a delicious thing or you just save a ton of money thing? Because I know chicken wings are expensive. And you said if you get it from Costco, you get like 10 times the amount.
You can get 3 packs of 1.5 pounds for $16. I don't know what it is now with the food shortage. Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with the chicken wing crisis?
We can't get down that Culver for sure.
Because
Mike, where do I look for inspiration? Go to other breweries and ask what they're doing.
That's pretty much life. Do what other people who
It's a good excuse to go drink somewhere else.
Yeah. How's our audio, by the way? Lorenzo! Shout out to Lorenzo for the super chat. Thanks, brunch.
Jorge or George Castro. What kind of nutrients for a 3-barrel seltzer? We use TY Pure.
Oh.
Nutrients come with TY Pure.
Is our audio okay? Is this working? I know we're like about 2 feet away. Or 2.5 feet away.
Or Seltzer Max from White Labs. Whatever you decide to do.
Today we are going to make homebrew beer can chicken. I'm down. That was one of the first videos we made. I got a question for you, and it seems like everybody has a different answer for this, including me. When do you put your beer salts in? And I put all mine in at mash.
I throw it in the mash. I mash in.
Because Donnie does sparge.
And spin it. So I do like 2/3 in the mash, 1/3 actually just in the boil kettle.
Do you overdo it to make sure? Because it's not all gonna get through into the.
It'll be absorbed by the grain. Start light, build it up. But like hazy IPA is a decent amount of calcium chloride, both in the mash and in the boil kettle.
And for all the general ratio is fucking what is it? Chloride to sulfate.
Yeah, that's
vice
pretty
versa.
much all you need to pay attention to.
Yeah, it's malty versus bitterness, and
sulfite chloride ratio is all you really need to pay attention to.
Right.
In water.
It's 2-to-1 or 1-to-2, depending if you're doing malty or bitterness. But do you think there's a right or wrong? Do you
it's
think
like 3-to-1 on hazies?
Is it?
Yeah, it's like 1 to 1/2 on pilsners. Yeah, that's what you got to pay attention to.
Yeah.
It's like mouthfeel. It's like Dasani versus Aquafina.
Yeah.
There's a definite difference.
That would be a good YouTube or homebrew fly video too. We're gonna blind taste contest water.
Some water. I do it in my class.
You do?
Oh yeah. Why does this water taste different than this water?
Because
tell
they
me.
add.
No,
beer.
that's what I ask the students. Like, you tell me.
Because they add beer salts to it.
It's salts.
They add
calcium chloride or.
And it's the 6 big. What are the 6 big ions? It's calcium, magnesium, sulfate, bicarbonate. Envy, lust.
Yeah, I was gonna say you know more than I do.
Sloth, envy, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. I don't know, man.
You would pass that quiz, I'm sure.
Well, there's the 6 big ones, then you kind of mix and match, but it's all pretty much comes down to what we're trying to say is it comes down to maltiness versus bitterness, or bringing a pH up or bringing a pH down. And if you're going to bring a pH down, just use lactic acid. If you're going to bring a pH up, use food shock bicarbonate.
When to put in 5-2 stabilizer. I've never used that. I know what it is. I feel like it gives me a headache.
You don't need to read a book about water. You read a book about water like once a year, right?
You gotta read. It's just such a wormhole. It sucks. It doesn't
See,
make
I don't
any
want
sense.
that. That's not homebrew for life. I want the 10-second elevator speech.
Calcium chloride to sulfite ratio.
There's so much bullshit. Just not bullshit, but there's so much stuff you don't need to know that just fills pages in.
It's all interesting, but it's a lot to take in.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Shout out to Gwyneth Paltrow. That's what I care about. What was Gwyneth Paltrow's hottest movie? I'm gonna go with Shallow Hal. Or 7.
Any disadvantage adding salts to water while heating it up? No. That's your best time to put it in. And then you'll have it for the sparge water too, which is nice.
What up, Brian D? What up, Jay Hirsch?
What's a good budget for opening
Tap
up a
water from
seltzer-only
Rosarito.
brewery? I couldn't tell you. Not much. It's you're boiling sugar water and fermenting it for like 3 or 4 days and then adding fruit.
Tap water from Rosarito, baby. So we can see our audio right here. Like, I'm peaking right now because I'm a
We're
little
in
bit
the red
Yeah.
at times.
But if it gets, like, to the yellow, like, I think it's okay. And no one's complained about the audio. They'll let me know if it's bad. Subscriber! Francisco Piscani, man. Shout out to you, Brunch. Cheers, man. Come on down.
How do you spell brunch?
Brunch? It's a good question. I'll go with
Is there, yeah.
B-R-U-N-G.
Okay, I would say BRUNJE.
I don't know, man. Let's make a t-shirt. Is he still working? Rob Barones, baby.
Wow.
Back off, War
This is
Child
pretty cool,
series.
man. We've consistently had close to about 60 people in here the whole time. All right, NBC.
I'm done. Yeah.
I know. 5 more minutes. I'm going to chug this. We're going to go get a corn dog at Compass.
Well, it's still light outside. Yep. Did you open the Booze Brothers?
You want to share the tropics?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. Oh, I got to stand up. I can't drink beer sitting down. I'm like Jack Black from Saving Silverman. I don't answer the door when I'm eating food. I can't drink beer when I'm sitting down. Bruce Show.
When to add
Bruce Show's gonna have a serious comment.
the enzyme. I've never used it. I would use it in your fermenter. Break down any additional sugars that transferred from the mash and the boil into the fermenter, and it'll continue to break it down, and the yeast can eat it. Don't reharvest that yeast though, because you'll be reharvesting the enzyme as well.
Sorry. Here, fuck this.
Brunge like grunge, so he threw an E after it.
I don't know, man. We fucking get drunk and smoke weed and say dumb shit.
Goose
Fraba. Are you done with that? You want the kill on this, or are you
No,
chilling?
all right, thank you.
All right, here's our nightcap, man. Thanks again, Mike.
Yeah,
Appreciate
cheers,
it,
bud.
man. I
Yeah,
know
okay.
I'm gonna buy you dinner and stuff, but this kind of trips you out, right?
It does. Well, it's different than the other things you do too, than the
Homebrew for life.
actually recording of the Homebrew for Life.
Yeah, and we still have to do my podcast. I do have a podcast out there. It's called the Broadcast. It's been a minute. It's a real podcast on Spotify, but like
Okay.
it's all pretty much YouTubers since I've started. I want to get more good, right?
Oh, you have other brew tubers on.
Brewtubers are YouTubers that have beer themed channels.
Oh, I'd imagine. I assume. Yeah.
Brewtuber, yeah. So I get mostly them on. And we're talking about, what's up, Joseph? Thanks, Brunch. Shout out to Joseph Eid. Thanks for the super chat. Cheers. You just bought him another 99-cent Jack in the Box taco. But it's, there's a serious reality to starting YouTube. You have to look
No,
fucking...
this is very serious. Yeah.
Well, there's a serious reality to opening up a brewery. It's like, I've had guys come on before and they're like, I literally was battling breakup depression, and the way I got over it is I started a YouTube channel. I was like, that's a fucking good story.
Sure.
Or guys that are like, hey, I had social phobia, yada, yada, yada. It's like, how do you... If you're afraid of talking on stage, what do? You have to talk on stage. If you're
Right.
afraid of talking to girls, what do? Ask more girls out. You have to face the fear and like null that sense. And it's like, that's...
I feel like this
Interesting
is way
shit.
easier than talking in front of 60 people in front of us.
Yeah, I wouldn't care either way. I would love...
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you did all that
used to do
comedy
stand-up
stuff.
comedy
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but,
I wouldn't like. I don't like talking to big groups of people.
You were a teacher.
That's 15 people at most.
You're a bartender.
I've been doing that since I was 14 years old. It's second
That's
nature.
exactly my point.
Yeah.
You've nulled that sense.
True. Okay. Right.
Thank you, Joseph. Got to pump up those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket. What are we talking about? What numbers are rookie numbers?
Can you?
That's a
use
great way to get over social phobia. Be a server. Be a waiter. Be a
You have
host.
no choice. You have to.
That's your job.
You gotta serve
Yeah.
tables.
Yeah.
You're busy.
Social phobia. Unless I'm like tripping on fucking mushrooms.
Can you use a commercial kitchen as a small microbrewery, or does it need to be a separate license? Separate license through the ABC and TTB in your county. In
What
your
up, Burroughs?
state.
Burroughs
Unfortunately,
Forge. That's a fucking great name.
you might be able to use a commercial kitchen as a brewery, but you have to get the appropriate licenses. Okay, that's it. I gotta go pee.
Yes. Oh, I'm getting sexted. All right, we are gonna rock out of here. Hey, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's here. I'll wait for Mike to come back. We'll sign off professionally. The stream is back. The stream is back. I fucking love this stream. I love this fucking stream. And there's some mornings I wake up and I'm like, what are we doing? I don't even have anything to write. And as soon as it gets going, it's got like, the chat is the pulse of it. And I've always said the chat is the pulse. It's the 50%. I'm the 25% scumbag. And then whoever is on is the other 25%. But the people commenting is the heart. It's the thesis. It's the pulse. And I miss this. So thank you guys that are here and showing up. I know that it's been kind of inconsistent. I'm always like, we're going to do this until the day we die or whatever. Just needed a breather. Just needed a quick little hangout. And I'm super stoked, man. And we'll get it back. We'll be doing the Mario Kart stuff. We'll be doing the 3-hour streams. And Mike's got a switch. We always talk about like doing it on Sunday nights. Mike's a very tough guy to get a hold of, so I appreciate that he's here. I hope everyone... Well,
I'm not that tough. Just coming to Culver, I'm always around.
Yeah, but you're so fried. You're like, don't tell me anything at Culver. Because
I need to write it down. It needs to be like, you can't tell me
behind the bar. Everybody's like, okay, yeah, okay. And then you're like, yeah, my car just died, and my baby daddy just divorced me and ran off with a dude. And you're like, okay, like, you want like a taster? Like,
what do you want back there? Cool,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Jorge Castro, man. Cheers. We're going to go, man. And we're going to go out. I'm going to go buy Mike dinner. And
Sink Pisser Mike.
Any more questions really fast? We got a super chat from Rob Baronis, man. Thanks for these. Love the channel. If you're in Long Beach, look me up, man. Come into Culver. I'm probably not going to look you up, but I will maybe see you at Culver. Thank you, Rob. Shout out to Rob, man. Any quick last words?
No, hey.
Plug your stuff. Culver.
Culver Beer Company, Carlsbad.
Is everything Culver? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook?
Just Instagram, I
it's
think.
Just Instagram?
And Facebook.
Okay.
We're open early. We have a deli, tasty sandwiches. Just ask Casey here.
It's great. I was there today.
I teach at Miracosta Community College. We're a workforce development program. Think modern day trade program. We have a brew house on site. We're one of 4 Master Brewers Association recognized programs in the nation.
What up, Trent?
80% employment rate. Good stuff coming out of Miracosta. So we're going into our fall 21 semester. Orientations July 8th, July 15th. Just go to our Instagram, MCC Brewtech, MCC_Brewtech. And then Culver Beer. You can find us anywhere.
And Mike's playing it down pretty much. Like, Mike, I know it's a junior college class or whatever, but like I think you would learn more from your class than like any teacher at like Harvard could probably teach because you have the experience and you...
It's fun. We enjoy doing it. Me and my...
But you don't vouch for everybody. Like, you're like...
It's an industry-driven program.
Right, so it's like you're giving people jobs, so you have to have like the top, like the best of the best, like the Top Gun, or else it's your fucking ass on the line.
We don't recommend you if you're kind of a piece of crap. And if you're stud, if you're stellar, we'll get you a job. So many cool stories coming out of the Miracosta program.
Yeah, Mike kills
brewers
it.
at Lost Abbey, brewers at Pizza Port, brewers all over the nation.
Well, they go to Montana. They go to fucking
Asheville, North Carolina, Iowa.
Good looking blonde chick. Yeah. What?
Ashley?
I didn't say her name.
Yeah. Well, she's the one that went to Asheville. Yeah, she's crushing it. Very proud of Ashley. Doing a great job at Highland Brewing. Brewer on a big brewery. They've been around for a long time.
Mike's gonna write a book one day, and you guys heard it here first. You guys saw it here first. Before he's, New York Times, Barnes & Noble bestseller. He was answering questions June 30th or whatever tonight in San Diego. But Mike,
we have fun doing it.
He's a very good guy to know, and I appreciate your time, Braj.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've seen you in your class, and I know that you...
It's no bullshit. We do a good
You do
job.
not go through the motions.
No.
I've had a lot of teachers, coaches, football friends, employees, assistant managers, kind of bullshit or go through them. Not that all of them were, but like you definitely do not go through the motions. I had so many college teachers that were just like, here's the syllabus. I'll see you at the end of the semester. I was like, you get paid $120,000 to do that?
Yep.
Because you went to college 40 years ago? This is insane.
Well, I don't
This is
get
fucking
paid 120 grand, and I want to make sure like the class is hard, and I want to fail you. And if you make it through, you're my friend. I'll make sure you do well.
You are trying to get people to filter out
Quickly.
That's how I look at life.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Oh, we filtered out 4 last semester. It's just like, hey, see you. No worries.
I like
no
that.
worries.
No.
Worries. You know, like
It's better to start like think the world is ugly and get out of it, and to think like, hey, the world's perfect like Disney, and then find out like,
hey, you're not doing well. It's week 4.
No,
like,
no,
how are
no,
you
no,
gonna
no,
be on
no,
week
no.
8? You know.
When I always took a test, I was like, I failed that test. Like in my mind, I'm going to tell myself I got an F. So when I do get the F, it's not a big deal. And if anything other than an F, I'm like, hey, C+.
We did it.
My dad's not going to whoop my ass.
Home full brewing. Last question.
All right, do it.
We're not in the Orange County. We're not very far outside of Carlsbad, meaning North San Diego County, San Diego. So
Today we're going to artillery.
But yeah, I don't think we have any plans of doing a massive distribution thing. We're happy with our tasting room.
You've talked about distribution. You've talked about the margins. It's on the Hoppy Hour channel. Draft tasting room sales by far your biggest. Well, I guess
If you can have a busy tasting room, you'll do fine.
and we even took it like one step further. When it's like if you actually want to make the most margins on per ounce, it's taster flights or half pints.
Just tasting room in general is so much higher than cans or kegs.
Well,
distribution-wise.
you know who makes the most money off beer?
Who?
Barrel Harbor, Barrel Republic.
Yeah.
Because they charge like 50 cents
Per
an
ounce, yeah.
And if you fuck up a beer and miss pour, like how many times you have like beer tenders just blowing it all day, like pouring, you get charged for that. They make the most money per ounce, per liquid ounce, more than anybody.
Yeah, kind of the not my favorite type of bar.
No, you got to get a wristband like I'm in a fucking water park.
There's no bartender.
There's no bartender, and after 40 ounces, they cut you off, and you have to double check
You have to
in.
check with the bartender or the manager or whatever.
It's pretty
yeah.
gimmicky, but aside from the gimmicky, they make the most money off fluid ounce.
Yeah, I can't get past the gimmicky. Yeah.
What?
I can't get past the gimmick.
We'll
bars
drive by
there.
there right now.
He'll be
Line out the door.
I guarantee it.
Joke's on us. Yeah.
All right. Bye.
All right, guys, we're out of
See ya.
here. We're out of here. Cheers, guys.
Say it.
M.
No.
B.
Just say it.
C.
Mo.